So folks, I wanted to go ahead and show you what we've got here. Open up my cooler and looky there. Wahoo! It's sitting in some ice water. This is going to be cold. This here is a little suckling pig. Well, a little bigger than that. A friend of mine called me up Saturday and asked me what if I wanted a pig, and it started off on the hoof about 50 pounds. What we've got here is now the head's off, the feet are off, and I went ahead and had them skin it. So I'll explain all that later, so don't worry about yelling at me for having the skin off. But it's about 30 pounds right now, and that was Saturday. Today's Monday. We've got it in ice water, and just going to show you the process. We're going to switch out the ice water. We're going to do this for another day before we put it on the smoker and cook it. The first time we put it in the ice water, I added a cup of white vinegar, and that helps draw the blood out. And now what we're doing, we're just keep switching the water. I keep it in ice water for a couple of days, just getting all the blood out of it, and then we're gonna cook it hopefully on Wednesday. Let me go ahead and pick this thing up here and let you see it. Woo, it's cold. Oh man, he's mooning you. All right. So this is our pig, and we're going to switch this water out, do this for another day or two, and then we'll be putting it on the smoker. Folks, we've got just an awesome and special episode with a lot of surprises for you on today's cook. And so we're getting ready to fire up the Yoder, and what I have here, and do I have the bag facing right? Yeah, good. All right, so we've got pecan and peach is what we're going to be adding to this Yoder. So pecan and peach wood. So we opened up our hopper over here, and I'm going to go ahead and add quite a bit of this. It's going to be a long cook. We'll add more later as we go through. We'll check it. And see how it does. So what I need to do now, and then I'm going to go ahead, in fact, set that over there. For our purposes of this cook, I'm going to remove this shelf. I'll set it aside in a little bit, but go ahead and close the Yoder up. We'll show you how I'm able to use this thing. Let me find my plug in. So the Yoder's plugged in. Now when I turn it on, it automatically sets to 350, and so we're gonna bump it down to 250. So I turn it on. You can hear it starting up. I'll find my felt tabs. There they are. And they go by increments of 5. So it's 350, 3, 4, 5. All right, so even if it's 240, 245, or 250, somewhere close to that is where we're good. So I've got this thing set. It's gonna start working, dropping pellets in, heating up, and just so you know, this is not the only thing we're gonna be cooking on today. Like I said, we got a few surprises, changing things up from our original plan with that whole hog, and we'll show you that in just a little bit. Like I said earlier, we changed things up what we were going to be doing with this pig, and so I'm going to pull it out and show it to you. We did brine it last night. We did a mixture of a few different rubs and apple juice. So that's why, if you're looking at it, it's a little dark in there. It's the apple juice that we brined it in, but we did one other thing that I'm going to show you as I pull this out. No, it didn't shrink. Drain this off. We cut it in half. All right, folks. Set this. So we took a saw and we sawed this pig in half. So this is the inside as you guys are looking at it. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to take both these halves. I told you I want to do something different, and I was trying to think, what could we possibly do that we haven't seen done before? And I get questions all the time wanting to know, you know, what do I like better? What cooks better, the big green egg or that Yoder? Well, I thought, what a perfect opportunity to do something that we haven't seen done yet on YouTube, and something we know is going to turn out either way we do it. It's going to turn out great. So we cut this little pig in half, and we're going to put half on an XL big green egg, and the other half we're going to put on the Yoder, and we're just going to find out. We're cooking at 250 on both smokers. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to tie it up. We got some twine. We're going to tie the legs up, and we're going to hit it with blindsided rub, and we're going to hit it with Sweet Uncle T's. And that's going to be our seasoning. Like I said, we brined it, we put it on, put it in apple juice. So let's get busy. So then we're going to do the exact same thing with both halves of this pig. We'll turn it over and do the same thing. So we've got this pig tied up, hog tied, right? All right, and then we're gonna go open up the Yoder. It is sitting at 255 about right now. Set this aside. I'm gonna grab this pig. We're gonna put it the inside half down. So, looky there. Woo! Man, we got room, no problem. So there's that half a pig going on the Yoder this morning. So now let's work on the other half, and we're gonna put it on the extra large big green egg. So we've got this pig set up the exact same way. We've got the legs tied together, and so right now it's time to put it on the XL big green egg. My wife's gonna open up the egg for me. Got it? It's open. Okay. Would you look at that? Woo! Boys, tell you what, they say you need a 2X to do a suckling pig. We can do a half of one anyway on an XL. So let's close her down, and we're going to be spritzing these every hour with a mixture that we'll go over in a little bit, and then we're going to put probes in the hams after a couple of hours, and we're going to bring the hams up to 185. And we'll just keep track of everything else, and we'll try to keep you updated. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. So we're gonna go ahead, we've got our spray bottle here, and just so you know what it is, it's equal parts of apple juice, pineapple juice, orange juice, and honey. So equal parts. We did 2 cups of each, and we heated it up in a saucepan on the stove so the honey would dissolve in it nice and good. And so we're gonna take our first peek at this pig, and we're gonna spray it. Now we're gonna switch over to the big green egg. We're going to spray this one. So we get our first look at that one. Man, these things smell so good. So maybe not necessary on the big green egg, as many people would say, but hey, I'm trying to do these exactly the same. So we'll see how that turns out. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys a couple things. After 2.5 hours, one of the things we had to do on the Yoder is we had to move that pig. We put that shelf in and we moved that pig up because it was getting really dark on the underside. But that allows us now to take a thing of baked beans that we've whipped together and put those underneath that pig and let it drip in that for a little bit. But yeah, after 2.5 hours, it was getting a little dark on the Yoder down on the bottom shelf, so we put that top rack in and it still fits just fine. This Yoder, that's the one benefit. With the XL egg, we don't have all this room. With the Yoder, we got a ton of room. We could have done the whole pig on this thing, but we're gonna see how it cooks. Right now, on cooking itself, slight edge to the big green egg just because of how black that was starting to get. So we'll keep an eye on it. May have to wrap, but also very quickly after 2.5 hours, temp in the ham was 116 internal on the Yoder, 119 on the egg. So as far as that goes, pretty much neck and neck. Just to give you guys a little bit of an update, we've had both these halves going, this pig going pretty much all day long. We're sitting at about the 9th hour right now. And I think earlier I'd said that maybe the XL egg had a slight advantage from when we first put them on. It definitely is cooked a little bit faster. They were neck and neck for the first 4 hours. The temp from one side to the other, from one grill to the other, was completely, the same, within 1 or 2 degrees of one another through the first 4 hours until they hit about 150. After they hit 150, that's where the XL really took off. In fact, I had to wrap it. So I'm going to open this up. It's wrapped right now, but it's done. The one on the Yoder, I did go ahead and wrap that half of the pig as well, but it's not quite done yet. So we're going to let it go probably, I'm guessing another hour or two, but I'm going to go ahead and we might give you a sneak peek at this in just a second. We took some pictures, so we'll definitely get some pictures that we'll be showing. I gotta make sure my probe is out of the way, which seems to be. So, in order to get, we had to double wrap this because it's kind of heavy. You can kind of get a good picture of it right there. So, woo! All right, probe is hot. So, so what I'll do, though, to kind of show you guys a little bit, I just pulled out real easy, just to kind of see, there's like no, it's almost like a brisket on this. That's on the ham, so it's a little bit tougher, but there, that just right through. You can see it's got kind of pretty good bark on it because we waited so long to wrap it. Yeah, it went right through the foil, but it just right through, no resistance on that front half. So when we get it inside and we start to get it cut up, we'll try to do a little bit more videoing, and then we'll do a taste test, although I pulled the piece off when we wrapped it. Oh man, this is good. Alright, we'll be back shortly. Gonna cut the string. So here is our first half, and this is the one that was on the big green egg. And so, man, it smells amazing. And just kind of pulling apart. Right in there. Wow. Just kind of showing you guys what we've got here. Look at that. ribs. Now, guys, this is the first time I've ever done by myself a whole pig, and the first time on the egg and on the Yoder. And so, just to kind of show you as we begin to kind of butcher this up, take it apart, you know, it just kind of pulls apart. Man, this thing is going to be good. It's tender. And this one's from the egg, so you can see it got a little darker, so it's got a little bit more of a bark. The Yoder was putting out a much prettier color from what, you know, my wife and others who were looking at it. You know, the color was a lot better, but this one got done a little bit quicker, so the one on the Yoder is still going. So we're going to finish butchering this thing up, and we're going to give it a taste test, and we'll see what everybody thinks of it. So stay tuned. So we got the ham off of the back of this, but I wanted to show you, you know, as the spine comes off, this is the kind of that loin meat from this one side. That, look at that, just comes and pulls apart. Just again, just kind of wanted to show you guys on video. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. Like I said, it's just wow, it's just coming apart. Not even using a knife. Look at this. So not a lot of meat, as little of a pig as this was on these ribs, but there'll be a little bit for folks to gnaw on. Man, this is, in fact, let me just go ahead and, wow. We're going to be putting some wood dog sauce on this pig. That is amazing. That is awesome. Boom. All right. So right now, unless there's something drastic in the taste of that Yoder, which I don't expect there to be, probably the only difference is just going to be it takes a little bit longer on that Yoder. But other than that, this is good. This is really good. All right, so we took some of these ribs and set on a plate just because I have appetizer. And they got, Russell, you got a little bit of that wood dog because there's not much meat on those bones. But what do you think so far?
That's pretty good. That's really
like
good.
That?
It's pretty moist and
it's good. I got some texture here. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Awesome. Good appetizer.
Very good appetizer. Yes.
All right, folks. I had to get changed. We've got some Bible class tonight getting ready to go to, but this was done on the Yoder. Just about an hour longer, but it's just, I don't want to carve it up just yet. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Just kind of feeling around. It's super hot right now. There's that string. Let me find the blade there. All right. Oop. Cut that string off. And then we get these bones. Look at that, just how tender this is. So I tell you what, you listen, that Yoder pellet cooker or the Big Green Egg, from what we can tell right now doing this, you can't go wrong either way. That's really all there is to it. This turned out absolutely amazing. Look at that. Just right off. It helps that I got a good knife, no doubt, but oh man. Let me get right down in here. I'm gonna try this. Woo! Steamy hot. Look at that loin. Wow. Yeah, you definitely. You're not gonna go wrong. Yoder, Big Green Egg. I don't know. You guys can see the color. The color's gonna be a little different. Wrapped at the same time. The egg was, I think, a lot darker from what folks were telling me. So the color may be a little prettier on the Yoder on the outside. Flavor-wise, tender. It is juicy. This did not dry out even though we have the skin off. It's amazing. Folks, I'm going to be doing a lot more whole hogs. This is awesome. Appreciate everybody watching Blind Grilling. Remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.